Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about market manipulation in the comic book community. This is something I wasn't aware of until recently. I've seen other YouTubers talk about this, I've seen other people in the community speak about it, and I kind of brushed it off. I didn't think something like this would be as real as it actually is. And something really just kind of came to light here recently that it's pretty much proof that this is real. When I'm talking about market manipulation, I'm not talking about just going to your LCS and buying all your first Spider Boys and then flipping them on eBay. I'm talking about something bigger than that. I'm talking about selling things on eBay or other public markets and buying things from yourself only to boost the price so that you can affect the price of all other sales in the future. Just going out and buying a bunch of copies or owning a large portion of a certain book or a certain key or a certain hot book and then controlling the market in that way, I guess that is a form of market manipulation as well. And I was aware of things like that. But I was not aware of this basically trick on eBay where you're selling things and then you're the one buying the thing and then just taking the eBay fee and just taking that hit basically just to control the market, manipulate the market that this is a bunch of recent sales. You see, this book sold for $50. You see the recent sales, there's two of them. This book just came out recently. It's called The Sickness. It's by an independent publisher. It's a horror book. Apparently, it's got some pretty good art. But this really caught my eye. On Key Collector, they kind of talk about new books, a hot book of the week or whatever, even books that just came out this week. But in the description, let's take a look at this. New last week, The Sickness. The art is solid, but the secondary market dollar value of this issue and its variants, along with the hype from the usual suspects, leads to a suspicion that this may be the subject of market manipulation. Who are the usual suspects? When I saw that Key Collector said this, I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Are they really doing this? I didn't think that Key Collector would say things like that, would kind of shoot their shot at the usual suspects. I'm going to give you a minute to kind of think in your head who are the usual suspects to you. I definitely have some in my head. I think we can all agree these are some sort of influencers, some sort of whatnot folks that are trying to push this book because they have a large amount of them or they have a bunch of the variants or something. There's some bad business going on here. If we take a look at some of these eBay sales of this book, specifically their all the variants, so they're selling all the variants as a bundle. This is going for like $200, $250, multiple sales on the same day of the same variant lot. That's some fishy BS right there. That two sales of a variant lot go for the same price from two different sellers with 100% positive feedback. All that checks out. Who'd they sell those to? Are those real people? Did they just sell them to themselves? I don't know. This happens pretty frequently now, these false hype. I think that happened with that Star Wars Adventures book. Apparently there was some first appearances in that. Then of course the Spider Boy. You go on eBay and you see, oh, that book's selling for $15. Oh yeah, and the free comic book day book, that Spider-Man and Venom book. You go on eBay and you're like, oh wow, it's selling for $15, $20. That's market manipulation. That's what this is. These are not real sales. And I didn't realize this. Like, I always kind of knew that there was some shady stuff going on behind the scenes of like how prices came to be, especially with the new books, or why older books get hot for no reason whatsoever. Now, a lot of the reasons why books heat up and cool down, as we all know, is something's being optioned or something's getting a movie or a book or a show or something. And a lot of that's driven by the MCU and the DCEU, if that's still what it's called. And I can understand that. I can understand why things increase like that. But when something new just comes out and there's no justification for why it's increased in value, it's kind of like a red flag. I mean, that's market manipulation. I mean, do these eBay sellers have like a burner account? Like, they have like another account that they sell to themselves. And, I guess eBay could pick up like, if it's sending to the same town, or, I mean, do they have like another PO box in another state or something? I don't know. It's risky, but if you do that and you take your eBay fee, whatever it is, 10%, 13%, whatever, and then you can affect the market in such a way that if you sell a book or sell a lot of books for $250, I mean, 10 times your money if you got them for cheap. But there's other market manipulation out there other than just these newer books just coming out on eBay. I think there's market manipulation on Instagram as well. The Jarovic variant of Ultimate Fallout 4, First Miles Morales, the variant cover, the ratio variant, the modern day AF-15, the modern day Action Comics 1. This book doesn't go up for sale in a CGC 9.8 on eBay and Heritage and all these other sites as much as you would think it would. And I think there's a reason for that. I think these guys do not want to sell that book on these sites because it would be a true representation of what this book is. I think some of these guys are selling these books in an in-group, and they're selling them to each other to maintain value or to try to get a sucker to pay something like that for a later sale. It's setting something up. Just going to this Heroes Con here a couple weeks ago and seeing like the different cliques, which there are very much cliques in the comic book community. There's the older guys, the older dealers that, their con is to just try to overprice the books, and, if a sucker buys one, they sell it. But I think there's other deeper cons and market manipulation going on that I really wasn't aware of until I really started looking at some of these sales. And I think there's these guys, these Instagram guys, these influencer guys that are selling things to each other to control the market for these type of books. So how do we stop something like this? If it even is real, maybe I'm just like the paranoid dude in his basement looking at all this. But man, it just seems like this is real. And we saw a lot of that in 2021 with the inflation of prices and just everything going crazy. We know that the market can be manipulated in a negative way. And how do we stop it? How do we prevent this from happening? Well, I think the first thing is stop overpaying for brand new books that just come out. Like, don't pay $30 for your first Spider-Boy. Don't pay $250 for this first Sickness variant lot. I mean, that's not where you want to be. That's not if you're spending that kind of money, you're obviously not just spending it because you just like the book and want to read the book. No, you're thinking about this from an investment perspective if you're spending that kind of money on a new book. Then I have people say, well, at least I got first Spider-Boy or first Sickness for cover price. And I'm like, okay, yeah. To me, that's even overpaying, because so many of these books crash in value that it, even at a $4 cover price or whatever the Sickness cover price is, say it's $8 or $12 or whatever it is, I mean, that is definitely overpaying. This is more than likely going to be a dollar book, and I think most of us can see that. When you go to these conventions and you're trying to buy something, a lot of these guys will use the GPA average, this GPA 90-day average, which allows for the prevention of a lot of the manipulation. Because, if you just go and sell something on eBay for real cheap and then go to the dealer at a convention and say, hey, there's a recent sale for $200 for this $2,000 book, nobody's gonna. That's too fishy. That's not going to work. These guys use this 90-day average, whether that most of the time that's against you, that's against for your detriment, because a lot of times these most recent sales, and especially now in middle of 2023, these prices are going down. So you just have to really kind of wait until that 90-day average starts dropping down too. So this video is just another cautionary tale. Basically, just don't fall victim to this market manipulation. This usual suspects. Key Collector has got it right 100%. There are people out there that are manipulating the market. I don't know how they're doing it specifically, but this, how I explained, is very likely how they are doing it. Don't fall victim to this. Don't do it. We've got to stop these practices so it does not affect our hobby anymore. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.